Alright guys, so we have another huge video leaking a bunch of stuff for Modern Warfare multiplayer and other parts of the game, talking about the official map list, kill streaks, different weapons, the supply drop system that's constantly changing, how that's going to affect microtransactions, and just all different parts of this game. The TGR source at Infinity Ward has been giving us so much information, and here's just another huge info dump. So let's get straight into this here. Let's start off with something pretty big. All maps below will be in at launch. So we have for the normal maps, Anaya Palace, Cave, Night Version, Cave, Dead Zone, Euphrates Bridge, Hackney Yard Night, Piccadilly, Petrograd, Gunrunner Night, Spear Night, and then for the next gunfight maps, Hill, King Night, Docks, Pine, Showers, which is Gulag, Speedball, Stack, and then the ground war maps, Karst River Quarry, Downtown Donetsk, I don't even know how to pronounce that, and the Farms, and then Spear might have a different name. And then also, there's lots of other maps in development too, such as remakes, but they won't be at launch. So a bunch of the remakes have been hinted at. We've talked about this before. Rust, Vacant, and a bunch of others from these old Modern Warfare games will definitely be added as the season progresses for Modern Warfare. And he's missing Grasna Raid here as a normal map. I knew there was one missing since there's 10. Right now, at least the official list of all of the multiplayer maps within the game. So here's just an overview: 3 ground war maps, 7 gunfight maps, and then 10 normal maps, including Anaya. And here's the problem: people were saying, oh, there's only 6 or 7 actual 6v6 maps because ground war is no longer the 10v10, 20v20 stuff. Ground war is just 50v50. So they count the 10v10 maps, let's say, as a normal map. So technically there's only a few 6v6 maps, and we'll see how that works. I still think there's a lot of variety within this game, but I can see where people are a bit annoyed with that. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. Next thing here, leaderboards are currently being close to done, planned for launch. If they're not there at launch, then they'll be there for the next big update after launch. So the past couple of games, we've had so many issues with leaderboards not being there at launch. Some games we haven't seen leaderboards the whole cycle of the game, so hopefully it's there at launch, but if not, it better be real soon. Stuff like the combat record, I mean, it's a necessity. Black Ops 2 did it so well, and ever since then, they've been messing up. I don't know why, but hopefully they added that in. Clans, now known as regiments, has been pushed back until after launch. More info after or close to release. So here's the thing with clans. I think clan wars within COD Ghost especially pretty fun, a bit underrated. If it's anything like that, it's going to be cool. But the problem with this is that I don't want this to be a reoccurring theme where all of these different features that they plan on adding to the game is just pushed back, and then once we have a launch without so many different features, it's gonna ruin the reputation of the game, and it's gonna ruin the vibe of the game, because then it's just gonna be like, oh, they're still finishing up, they didn't complete the game on time. And that's a huge thing with Black Ops 4. So many features from Black Ops 4 never came. Factions and zombies, for sure, they announced it and they just never brought it to us. So stuff like that, hopefully we don't see with this game, and hopefully it does come out by launch, or at least very close to launch. We've heard crap about the minimap post-beta. Will it be in the full game? If it is, to what degree? No red dots, yes red dots. If it's not, will it come back eventually? And the leaker responded through the Game Revolution, obviously. Minimap is planned for the release of Modern Warfare. So it looks like they officially decided that the minimap is going to be coming back. Now, if you were looking at the reception from the community, what we were saying, I mean, you could have already assumed that Infinity Ward just decided, you know what, let's just give them the minimap. I think there was a decent amount of people, however, that did just say, let's just get used to no minimap. It adds a new element to the game. It's good because you're not just staring at the minimap the whole game. I don't know. There were pros and cons to both sides, but I'm fine. I'm glad the minimap is back. It'll feel more like normal Call of Duty. Maybe we'll see a lot less campers because of this, and hopefully some other positives that outweigh the positives for having no minimap. It was a cool idea, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's just good to have the minimap within Call of Duty. How will survival in this game differ from MW3? Is there any unique features that will be put into the mode, or any features being removed? So this won't answer your question fully, but survival will launch with 3 maps at launch for PS4. Almost all kill streaks and multiplayer will be available to the player in survival based on a points system. To me as well, this is still just saying the survival isn't really going to be changing that much from MW3. It doesn't look like there's that much, only 3 maps, kill streaks for multiplayer, a point-based system. I mean, it was like that before, so it doesn't seem like they're really changing that much with survival mode this year. Now, supply drops. Are supply drop probabilities higher or lower or equal to previous COD? So common and rare supply drops will have different odds, as rare rare supply drops have increased odds. The leaker doesn't want to exactly answer the question here, and the leaker probably doesn't exactly know, the supply drops and how they compare against old Call of Duties like Black Ops 4 or other games. Who knows how much loot we're going to be getting from these supply drops? I'm just hoping that it is fair. It's not something where it's like a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting this rare item. Hopefully it's something that if you're going to get supply drops, you're at least, you have a decent chance of getting the loot within those things. We have a question from the Squid. Will more Spec Ops missions be developed during the lifespan of Modern Warfare? Yes, obviously we're going to be getting new Spec Ops missions, new campaign missions, new multiplayer maps, new weapons, and all different stuff from all portions of the game throughout the DLC season. Any talk of making Dead Silence a perk? We just don't want Dead Silence as a perk. This just probably won't happen. So I think they just want to go with the audio, and they want to update the audio, maybe change it so, friendly footsteps aren't as loud as they were, and just different stuff like that to make it so you have to pay attention more to the audio of the game and not really worry about dead silence and being so quiet. I don't know how they're going to balance that. Hopefully, as long as it's balanced and as long as it's, nothing's too overpowered or sound whoring is just unbearable, as long as it's good, I think we should be fine. We may not need dead silence. What are the plans for competitive? How will they support the game for esports? So we have a competitive playlist coming to Modern Warfare, not at launch. Again, the not at launch thing, I know it's not a big deal. I mean, the leaderboard's not at launch, Clan War is not at launch, competitive playlist not at launch. It's like I said, I don't want it to be a theme where all these different features, which should be at launch, is just being pushed back, and you never know. What if it's pushed back even more into 2020? And then it's like, oh, next update, and then that continues throughout the life cycle of Modern Warfare to where we're not getting these features on time. I'm not, hating on the game. Obviously, the development cycle is a tough, difficult thing, and they're working so hard, but these are just things that hurts the reputation of the game. When you don't have the game complete, people are going to say, like, why isn't the game complete? I'm just, being honest, that's what people think. So hopefully they can, find the time to get this stuff done and bring it to us, because it'll be good for the scene, the community, and just the reputation of the game at large. So how many remastered maps will be out at launch? So none post-launch. We talked about this already. The maps at launch are just the new Modern Warfare developed maps, and then post-launch throughout the DLC season, we'll probably see a couple of remakes every couple of months. So every map pack will probably see one remake, I would say. I don't want this to be like Black Ops 4, where it seems like every new multiplayer map is a remake, but a couple of remakes would be really sick to see for sure. So here's a surprising one. The intervention is not planned to be in Modern Warfare for launch or within the first 2 DLC drops. Past that, it's still being determined. So at least for launch and the beginning of the DLC season, they don't want to add the intervention. I don't know why. Maybe they're thinking, adding the intervention for like DLC 3, maybe the beginning of summer next year, it'll bring some hype back into the game, and that'll be a time where Modern Warfare is dying down a little bit potentially, and they want to bring people back to the game, so adding the intervention would be a huge thing. That does make sense, but I would just like to have the intervention at launch, honestly, but I guess that's just not going to happen. So hopefully it is added eventually. Have we seen all the killstreaks and field upgrades? So no, there's still a lot more to be revealed. Did we see the full killstreak list? No, it's pretty much the same question, I guess. Prestige is key. Will there be camouflage patterns exclusive to other modes? So complete the campaign, get 50 stars in Spec Ops. So he's pretty much saying, can you get these challenges in different modes and then have different camos for the different modes? And no, they're all linked together. So if you complete a challenge within multiplayer and you get a cherry blossom camo, you can use that cherry blossom camo within all 3 of the modes, and then vice versa. If you get something in campaign, you can use it in multiplayer, and that's how it's going to work. Now, will there be cool camos like gold and diamond and an extra camo like dark matter? And he confirms there's going to be gold camo, diamond camo, and blank. So that's not confirming dark camo. He's confirming that there is going to be a camo that is sort of this universal camo where you have to get all the guns diamond or gold to get this final camo. But what that is, he's not revealing, unfortunately. Probably not going to be dark camo. Probably will be something really cool and different. Who knows what it is? Hopefully it's just a really sick camo that people are going to want to grind to actually get. Any news on the new ranking prestige system? Yes, think seasonal. More info soon. So it looks like they're going to have sort of a season thing. So the winter season will be a time where you get to rank up and get different stuff, and then it'll have a new season every couple of months. And I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but it definitely, hopefully, is really cool, and it is a good change for the game. Is there any talk of changing the microtransaction system as of now? No, it'll be decent at first, but will then get nasty over time. That sucks. I'll talk about this within a different video because this video is already way too long, but that's just definitely not a good sign. Some more stuff. How certain are we of non-cosmetic post-launch stuff in RNG crates? This is a primary factor into whether people will buy the game or not. Weapons and supply drops are a no-go. Can we confirm or deny this? Is it finalized? Yes, certain. TGR's leaks are months ahead of time. Of course, we can answer the questions currently on its current state, but we don't know what the future holds, and unfortunately, this is still a part of the plan. So again, I'll talk about this in a different video, but it's really not looking good with supply drops and stuff like that. I don't know. Hopefully they just don't completely ruin the game. But let's get to some other stuff. Will the riot shield have attachments like in Ghosts? No. Some more stuff. Are there any plans for a special subcategory of weapons? So the riot shield would be the only one there. Now here's some other stuff. Will we get MW2 Remastered? And if yes, will we get multiplayer? So MW2 Remastered will launch with multiplayer at some point in the future. Now I've talked to the leaker as well. MW2 Remastered is a thing. Obviously I can't say too much yet. It's not set in stone. It's probably going to be the year after Modern Warfare, and they're not so sure exactly. It could be a lot sooner, could be a lot later, but that's definitely going to happen. Is Modern Warfare going to be an online game only? Modern Warfare can be played in offline mode, campaign, local co-op, local multiplayer. What's good with MW2R? We talked about this already. It's confirmed, it's coming, but they need to take some time to really figure out when they want to release it. Probably will release during the Black Ops 5 cycle because it looks like that game might not be too well for the community, and it might not be, really finished. So that would be a good time to release MW2 Remastered. Next thing here, why did they put us in a different match when the previous one ends? This was only for the beta. Obviously, it would switch lobbies all the time. This was just for the beta to test out the different servers. Won't be like that at launch. Here is one last thing, not Modern Warfare, but we should add it. Current state, it's 3 out of 10 for COD 2020. Not doing too well right now. Black Ops 5, Black Ops, another Black Ops themed game. No one really knows what it's going to be called. I heard Covert Ops as well, or Covert Wars, or whatever it was. I mean, so many different names. It's a bit too early, especially for them. They really don't know what they're doing. So hopefully they get their stuff figured out, and hopefully the game is at least decent enough to play next year. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment below if you watched the whole video. Leave a comment, comment and leak if you watched the whole video. It's greatly appreciated as always. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.